There is a piece of paper, folded 3 times, sitting in a wallet right now in a small house in Ohio. On it, someone wrote 3 words. Just 3. No spell, no ritual, no candles. 6 weeks later, that same person received a check they never applied for. Stay until the end, because I'm going to give you those exact 3 words, but if I tell you now, you won't believe they work. You need to understand why first. Before we go further, if this is your first time here, welcome to the word create. This channel exists for one reason: to remind you that your words are not just sounds, they are instructions. The universe has been taking notes on everything you've said about money your whole life. Subscribe now, because what I'm about to share isn't in the next video, it's in this one. And once you hear it, you'll want to come back to this channel every single week. Because we don't just talk about abundance here, we teach you how to speak it into existence. Now, let's go back to that wallet. In the 1920s, a woman named Florence Scovel Shinn sat with a client. This woman was drowning, not in water, but in debt. Bills stacked so high she couldn't see the desk beneath them. Florence didn't tell her to budget better. She didn't tell her to work more hours. She didn't even tell her to pray for a long time. She told her to do something so strange, so deceptively simple, that the woman almost walked out of the room. She was told to write 3 words on a piece of paper and carry it with her specifically, in the one place she touched every single day. Not under her pillow, not on her mirror, in her wallet. Why the wallet? Why not a journal? Why not a vision board? Because, and this is the part almost nobody understands, your wallet is not a container for money. Your wallet is a shrine. It is the object you interact with every time money leaves your hands or enters them. It is the exact point where your beliefs about money get activated, moment by moment, transaction by transaction. And Florence knew something that modern science is only now catching up to. Repetition, placed at the point of emotional charge, rewires belief faster than anything else. But what were the words? Here's the first piece of the puzzle. Florence Scovel Shinn taught something she called the game of life. Not because life is trivial, but because, like any game, it runs on rules. And one of her core rules was this: your word is your wand, not your intention, not your hope, your spoken and written word. She believed and taught for decades that the subconscious mind does not process wishes, it processes command. If you keep saying, "I can't afford this," your mind treats that as an order, not a complaint. It goes to work finding evidence to make that true. So the 3-word technique isn't about wanting wealth. It's about giving your subconscious mind a command so short, so repeatable, that it cannot be misunderstood. A command placed exactly where your financial fear lives strongest: the wallet, the object tied to lack, to bills, to not enough. Florence's client did this. Within a matter of weeks, small things started shifting. A forgotten refund appeared. A client paid an old invoice she had written off. Nothing dramatic at first. But here's the question that matters more than the words themselves. If 3 simple words could shift someone's financial reality that quickly, why doesn't everyone know this? Why isn't this taught in schools, in banks, in every personal finance book on the shelf? The answer is uncomfortable, because it doesn't sell financial products. Nobody profits from you fixing your relationship with money internally. There's no commission on a belief shift. But there's a deeper reason too, one that Florence understood in her own life, long before she ever wrote a word of teaching. Because this technique wasn't born from theory. It was born from her own near-total financial collapse. Before Florence Scovel Shinn became known worldwide, she was a struggling artist in New York City. Talented, she had trained at the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts, but broke. The kind of broke where you count coins to see if you can eat that day. She had tried everything logical, working harder, networking more, worrying, endlessly worrying, which, as she later taught, is simply praying for what you don't want. Something in her shifted when she began paying attention not to what she was doing, but to what she was saying. Every day, without realizing it, she was speaking scarcity into every sentence. I can't, there's never enough, money is hard for me. She started to notice a pattern. The moment her words changed, in even small conversations, the room seemed to change with them. People responded differently. Opportunities that had been invisible to her before suddenly appeared, as if they had been there all along, waiting for her to speak in a frequency that could finally perceive them. This is the part most people skip past too quickly, so let it sit for a second. Opportunity is not created by your words. Opportunity is revealed by your words. It was already there. You simply weren't speaking on the right frequency to see it. Florence began writing short declarations, not long affirmations, not paragraphs, just tight, decisive phrases, and placing them where she would encounter them constantly throughout her day: her mirror, her desk, and yes, her wallet, the very object she once dreaded opening because it reminded her of lack. Within a relatively short time, doors that had been shut for years opened. Commissions came in. People sought her out, and eventually, this same principle became the foundation of the philosophy that has quietly influenced generations of manifestation teachers who came after her, many of whom never even credit where the idea originated. She didn't call it magic, she called it law, the law of the spoken and written word. Now, here is what you've been waiting for. The 3 words Florence Scovel Shinn taught her students to write and carry were these: I now receive, that's it. 3 words, present tense, no conditions. No, I will receive. Because will pushes it into a future that never arrives. Not, I hope to receive. Because hope implies doubt. I now receive. Why does this work the way it does? Because your subconscious mind doesn't argue with the present tense the way it argues with the future. When you say, I will be wealthy, part of you objects. When though? How? And that resistance cancels the command. But I now receive leaves no room for negotiation. It simply states what is, in this moment, already true on a level your logical mind hasn't caught up to yet. Florence taught her students to fold this paper and place it directly in the section of the wallet where money is kept, so that every single time they reached for cash, opened it to pay a bill, or tucked away a receipt, their eyes and their subconscious would collide with those 3 words again, dozens of times a day, without effort, without discipline, just repetition at the exact point of emotional charge. This is why it works better than affirmations you say once in the morning and forget by 9 a.m. This is a message planted at the site of the wound, right there, in the wallet, where Locke used to live, now replaced daily with a declaration of receiving. So here is how you actually do this, starting today. First, take a small piece of paper, plain. Nothing fancy needed. Write by hand. In your own handwriting, I now receive. There's something about the physical act of writing it that engraves it differently than typing ever could. Second, fold it. Florence often suggested folding it small, almost like a secret you're keeping with the universe, and place it in your wallet, ideally near your cash or your cards, somewhere you cannot avoid seeing it. Third, every time you open your wallet, don't just glance past it. Pause, even half a second, and let the words register. Read them silently. Let them land. Fourth, and this matters more than people expect, when money leaves your wallet, a bill, a purchase, a payment, do not panic spend or spend from fear. Instead, silently affirm, this money is going out to come back multiplied, because Florence taught that money, like anything else, is meant to circulate. Fear hoarding blocks the very flow you're trying to open. Fifth, pair this with gratitude. When any money comes in, no matter how small, a refund, a coin found on the sidewalk, a gift, say quietly, thank you, I now received. You're teaching your nervous system that receiving is safe, expected, normal. And sixth, this is the part almost nobody does, and it's the part that makes the difference. Replace the paper every new moon, or once a month, rewriting it fresh. Stale intentions lose their charge. A renewed one keeps the frequency alive. This isn't superstition. This is repetition, ritual, and belief working together at the exact intersection where your relationship with money lives. Your hands, your wallet, your daily habits. Florence Scovel Shinn didn't promise instant riches. She promised something more honest and frankly more powerful, a shift in frequency, a change in the words you carry, literally and figuratively, that eventually changes the results you attract. Because here is the truth underneath all of this. Money is not just paper and numbers. Money is energy responding to belief. And belief is shaped, more than anything else, by the words we repeat, especially the ones we don't say out loud, the ones we carry quietly with us. 3 words, folded, placed where fear used to sit. Read daily, not because it's magic, but because it's a decision, repeated until it becomes identity. I now receive. Say it now, quietly. Wherever you are, let it be the first deposit into a new frequency. If this story moved something in you, if some part of you already knows this is true, do 3 things before you leave. Like this video, so this message reaches the person who needs it next. Comment your 3 words below. Write I now receive in the comments right now. as a declaration, not just a thought. And subscribe to the word create, because we release new teachings like this every single week, each one designed to shift not just what you know, but what you believe. Your wallet is waiting. What will you place inside it? And if you want to understand the second half of this teaching, because Florence Scovel Shinn didn't stop at receiving, she also taught something about releasing that most people get completely backwards. Click the video on your screen right now. It's called the Law of Non-Resistance, and it might explain why, even after doing everything right, some blessings still feel stuck at the door. I'll see you there.